Hey you guys, it's Kaylee. I am back with another deep dive of sorts. I've mentioned to you guys before that I absolutely love buying and selling plus size clothing. And today we're going to dive into 5 of the brands that I really enjoy flipping. I've got my little book here with all of my notes on it. This book is just a stocking stuffer, little teeny tiny notebook that my grandma got me one year as a stocking stuffer Christmas present. And I have since used this beside my computer every time I am doing like sold comping online and just diving deep into the solds and doing research. So this book is full of all kinds of reselling secrets. So I did some deep diving and wrote down some of what I found for plus size clothing in these brands I'm going to talk about today. Some of those brands are actually sitting right behind me on this rack. This is a rack I am currently preparing for my next Whatnot show. If you guys would like to join my next Whatnot show, it is coming up November 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is going to be a completely plus size show. I've gotten some requests for that. So most of these pieces that you are seeing in today's video are going to be sold in that show. And I've got many more. If you've never signed up for Whatnot before and you'd like to get an account just to buy, you can use my invite link here on the screen and also down below in the description. It is whatnot.com/invite/Kaylee Elaine. That'll get you a $15 credit off of your first purchase. You can either use that in my show or there's tons of other shows going on 24/7 on the Whatnot app. If you're also interested in being a seller, I also have that link down in the description box. Thank you to all of you who have joined the show so far. I hope you loved your items and I hope to see you all at the next one. So I hope you guys will join me on that next Whatnot show. Like I said, it's gonna be all plus size clothing. And yeah, super excited to bring that to the table. I had a lot of people requesting that. So Nikki and I will be there sharing tons of great items. And I think they're all gonna have $1 starts. So get yourself a good deal either for yourself or to flip. Back into this deep dive. So let me just say there are a ton of plus size brands that I currently love flipping. And I only picked 5 of them today. Maybe I will do a part 2 with some more brands until we knock all of them out. Let me know if you guys would like those down in the comments below after you watch this video. Pulled a lot of numbers here for you guys, so if you are somebody that is super analytical and wants to hear the numbers, I have got them written down for you. But before we dive into the numbers of each of these 5 brands, I just want to start by saying that plus size clothing can be a great addition to your bread and butter pickups. Being plus size or larger size in and of itself is a factor that increases value in just about anything. So if you have a brand that you normally like to get and you check the sold comps almost every single time, obviously there are exceptions, but almost every single time, the larger in size you go up, the more you're going to be able to get for that item. And so the plus size category in general is just a fantastic category to add to your reselling strategy. This is one I did not tap into until this year, and I am so glad that I started looking this stuff up. When it comes to plus size clothing, the same is true for just about anything, even not plus size, but you definitely in the plus size category want to try to factor stack. Factor stacking is simply just finding multiple sellable features in one item that is going to guarantee that sale. Factor stacking is really important in the plus size category because some of these brands do not retail for a ton. And although they have a high sell-through rate in certain sizes, you're not going to get much on the resale market unless you factor stack. So just keep that in mind and make sure, as always, to do your own comps and your own research while you are at the thrift store for the specific item that you are picking up. So these are all women's plus size brands that I'm going to go over. And for the purpose of this video and for research purposes, I chose the size 2X for research comping. Obviously, there are other sizes, and in general, like I said, the larger the size you go up, the higher the sell-through rate and the average sale price is for most of these brands. But I feel like 2X was right in the middle and a good place to start as far as research goes. So the very first one, and the one that tends to have a higher ASP, one of my favorite plus size brands to find, is the Melissa McCarthy in collaboration with 7 Jeans line. Now, 7 Jeans in and of itself is not a fantastic brand to pick up, just in my opinion. I don't have very good luck with it. It doesn't sell quickly and it doesn't sell for much. However, the Melissa McCarthy line, which is their plus size line, sells really well for me. That is true for both jeans and their tops. I recently sold one of their plus size tops on Poshmark for $40 pre-owned. So there is a lot of value in this brand. For that particular top, it was floral, it was a tunic length, and it was a larger size. So again, factor stacking really helped to elevate the price of that item. So I did comps yesterday towards the end of October. So depending on when you're watching this, the numbers might, look a little bit different to you. But I searched Melissa McCarthy 7 2X. There were 69 available results. By the way, all my comps are done on eBay just to make things easy. 69 available results. There were 41 sold results. So not a 100% sell-through rate, but a pretty decent sell-through rate. And again, that was just a generic search for the 2X. I didn't specify tops. I didn't specify jeans. I didn't specify anything. So pretty decent sell-through rate as an overall. When I filtered to the lowest price something sold for within that search, it was $16, which I feel like is pretty good. And then the highest was right around $50. In general, when I sell this brand pre-owned, I can usually get safely anywhere between $25 and $30 for the item. And most generally, I find this brand in tops. Next up is one I feel like we all come across pretty often, and it is Talbots. Now I know there was some time when resellers were picking up anything Talbots and the brand had a really great following, but now it seems like that's kind of died down, and now I am focusing on strictly plus sizes. So again, I just searched Talbots 2X, so that includes sweaters, tops, pants, anything that falls in that search, Talbots 2X. The available listings were 4,900 plus results, and the sold listings were 3,100 plus results. So again, not 100%, but not a bad sell-through rate either, just searching that in general. The lowest I saw an item go for was $3. That was a pretty plain t-shirt. Again, you want to focus on factor stacking. The highest I saw an item go for in this search was around $198, and that was for a New Tags 2X blazer. And then as far as pre-owned items go, the highest I sold was a pre-owned top for $98. That's right. $98 for a pre-owned Talbots 2X top. I'm calling this like my safety net, but typically I can sell pretty quickly, pretty consistently stuff in this search result. Talbots 2X pieces for $20 to $30. That is like my safe range. Most of the time I am finding plus size tops. Again, I do try to factor stack. It's going to be true for everything in this video. I try to factor stack just to guarantee the value and to guarantee a higher ASP. So, I'm looking for multicolor, different prints, longer sleeve, and things like that. But yeah, $20 to $30 in the plus size category of Talbots I feel like is really good because these are pieces that you can most generally find at a lower cost at the bins or at a sale. And before we move on to the next one, this is just a bonus, but one thing I've noticed sells really, really well in plus size Talbots are their blazer jackets. If you find a full length, meaning like full long sleeve blazer with a plus size, meaning like 2X, 3X, incredible sell-through rates, and they sell for usually like $35 to $40 for me. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. I feel like there's little hidden pockets of bolos within the plus sizes. Next brand is going to be Bob Mackie, and this is a brand that is known for their art to wear pieces, very eclectic. And so in my opinion, the wackier the better. Search Bob Mackie 2X, again, just a generic search, so it includes all categories within that size. Available listings were 363. There were 466 sold, so that is over a 100% sell-through rate for that generalized search, which tells you this brand in plus size, at least in 2X, has a really great following. The lowest an item went for within that search was $1 on an auction bid, and the highest was a $90 suede jacket. When I filtered to the highest sold, I saw a lot of suede and leather jackets, so definitely a bolo within the Bob Mackie brand. And then besides the jackets, the highest I saw a top go for, it was a pre-owned top. I saw it go for $65 in the solds. For me, my safe zone in this brand is selling anywhere from $20 all the way up to $35. And that really depends on how many factors are stacking there. Is it a short sleeve top? Is it more of a heavier jacket? What is it that will lead me to the lower or the higher of that range? But $20 to $35 is generally where I price my items. Number 4 is another brand that is not exclusively plus size, but a brand I only pick up in plus sizes, and that is Logo by Lori Goldstein. or maybe it's Goldstein. I think it's Goldstein. I don't know. I'm gonna call it Goldstein. So this brand is sold on QVC and they do have a really big following. They are most well known for their tunic tops. There were 962 available results, 956 sold. So almost exactly a 100% sell-through rate. Really great sell-through rate for just a generalized search in that size. The lowest I saw an item go for was a tank top and it went for $12. And the highest I saw something go for was a cardigan for 50 bucks. I also saw a tunic top pre-owned going for 48. My safe zone for this brand is between $20 and $30. I generally price in the middle of that at $25, but if it is, more plain, I will price towards the $20 range. And then if it's something a little bit more special, a little bit more factors to stack, then I price closer to that $30 range. This one's been a very tried and true brand for me in the plus sizes for a number of years. All right, next and final brand is a brand that it is well known for their plus size pieces, and it is Torrid. Now Torrid has vanity sizing, so if you see a Torrid 1 or a Torrid 2, that's actually a 1X and a 2X. They also have size 0 and 00. I generally stay away from those ones. And honestly, even the 1X tops for the most part have a lower sell-through rate, so I try to stick to 2X and higher. It all really depends though, because it depends on the factors, and there are some bolos within this brand where I might pick up a smaller size. Available listings. Are you guys ready for a Torrid 2X search? 11,000 plus. There is a lot on the market. Solds were 3,500 plus, so very low sell-through rate for that search in general, which is why you have to be very, very specific when doing your comps and really diligent to factor stack and make sure that the value is there in Torrid. The lowest I saw something going for was $5, and the highest I saw something going for was $70. A $70 item was a collab item, which is something that Hot Topic does very often with different TV shows or musicians or movies. And so oftentimes you will see Hot Topic collabs going for a lot more because they are more limited edition, and there was only so many of them sold. That particular one was an Outlander collab. Not sure if you guys have watched that show, but I watched the first few seasons of it and I loved it. Then it got a little bit dry because all the main characters started leaving. But yeah, the Outlander collab does really well. I've also sold some other collabs from Hot Topic, and pretty much anytime I see a Hot Topic collab, I'm just looking it up because at this point I've sold a ton of them. When I also sorted to the highest comps besides the Outlander collabs, I also saw a pre-owned top going for 40 bucks. My safe range for Torrid tops in the plus size category is $15 to $25, which is significantly lower than the other brands that we've talked about. But like I've already said, we had 11,000 available and only 3,500 sold in the 2X size. So you have to be really careful, and my strategy is just to price lower, unless it's a collab. If it's a collab, I am looking it up and generally pricing higher. And just to give you guys some perspective, for the 2X Torrid search, just to jog your memory, I've said it a couple times, but I'll put it here on the screen. For Torrid 2X, there were 11,000 plus available results, and for the solds, there were 3,500 plus results. When I then searched Torrid 3X, the sell-through rate went up significantly. There were 8,000 available and 3,200 plus sold results. So you can see a big jump in sell-through rate the larger in size we went up. So that's a little bit about the plus size brands that I like to sell. Again, I only pulled 5 today. I have many, many more in this notebook. If you guys want to do another deep dive or a part 2 to this where I share 5 more that I really like picking up, then drop a comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to come join me on our next Whatnot show, where we're going to be selling all of these beautiful plus size pieces. You guys don't even know, I have so many. This rack is not even like a quarter of the way full of how much I have pulled for the show. There are some really gorgeous pieces in there. So if you wear plus size stuff, I can almost guarantee you're gonna find something that you love in that show. And like I said, we're gonna start everything at $1. Hope to see you guys there. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this deep dive, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.